Headed down but not clear, and it's into the back of the net. What a goal! Lee Nguyen!
Lee's story has always been intriguing to me.
People said he's not big enough, he's not good enough, he's not strong enough.
He went to different parts of the world that may have slowed his progression.
Win is in. Dribbles the keeper.
I wanted to prove myself that I could play and be one of the best players in the league, and that's still my goal.
Lee's a very passionate person. He's very determined. He can be very competitive. He likes to master whatever it is that he's dealing with.
When I started golf, I was very bad. My friends didn't want to play with me because I would slow down the game too much. I made it, a thing to train myself to be a scratch golfer.
In being in a lot of locker rooms, not just as a player, the best ones are competitive. He doesn't want to lose at anything.
Really, it started when my dad threw one of those miniature soccer balls when I was 4, and he told me that I was kicking it everywhere. We lived in Plano, Texas. I'm very proud to say I'm a Texan, but I also say that I'm a Vietnamese American. I went to a public high school, was able to play club soccer for the Dallas Texans.
A teammate of mine who went to Indiana, he mentioned that there's this player at IU that's just got all his foot skills. He was a freshman in college, and he was leaving early. Just kind of took a mental note, and that was my first introduction to Lee Nguyen.
My agent came to me and said, listen, PSV, they've been following you, and they're really interested. They were a big club in Holland. I wanted to be one of the few Americans that could go to Europe and play, that could make a big team like PSV. It was a risk, but I was young, I was up for it. 3 days into training, and they're like, we want to offer you a contract. And that was probably one of the happiest moments of my life. I've signed halfway through the season, but I was able to get a game or 2 games in. Goose Hennig was my coach, and he really groomed me. The major minutes was going to come next year. And that's when he signed with the Russian national team. My dad was approached by one of the Vietnamese clubs, one on July. He said they're willing to roll out the red carpet. I was like, what's it gonna hurt to take a trip? We met the owner. I remember him saying, we want to make you the guy of Vietnam. He's like, I'll do whatever it takes. It was, wow, far more than anything I was expecting. And so it was a contract that was really hard for me to turn down, and yeah, it was life-changing. I understood Vietnamese, but it was still a culture shock for me because I lived in the countryside, didn't have AC, didn't know what to expect. I was like, man, I need AC. I knew soccer was big in Vietnam, but it's like a religion. They eat, breathe, sleep football.
Lee Nguyen, Herivaux, dứt điểm. Rất đẹp mắt và tỷ số đã được nâng lên 2-1 cho các thủ Hoàng Gia Lai.
My agent wanted me to stay. He was like, you're gonna be set for life after you play your career here. But I wasn't content with that. And I was again willing to take another risk to come back. Vancouver picked me up. It looked promising. They played a 4-3-3, but then comes the preseason games. I never got a look. I wasn't even gonna make a travel squad. I was on the outside looking in.
The Revs at that point had never taken anyone in the waiver. I really fought hard to take them. I thought there was really no downside.
It's always unexpected, when you get waived. It's been a humbling experience.
At the time, we had probably released 15 players, so we were looking for core pieces to build our team. I think he realized, okay, I've got a really good opportunity here in New England. How can I make the most of it?
Nguyen lets it drop, takes a shot. Oh! That is golden stuff! Have that there! emphatic statement to the team that cut him, and you're not going to see a better goal than that.
I really started to say, oh wow, this is a kid I can build, our team around as a pillar of our attack. Eventually, we switched our formation to get him into a place where he was the number 10.
Look at Lee Nguyen racing in behind.
He's very crafty on the ball. He can play balls where most other players couldn't play balls. So as a forward or a winger, you make a run and you know the ball's going to be there.
This guy has a unique skill set. I think that is something that can always change a game.
Caldwell lays it off and wins! Oh, and just like that.
He does a great job of selling left to go right.
Lee Nguyen. Oh, it's a beauty! Davies win! Yes! He keeps on keeping on!
He maybe looks on the field a little bit more outspoken, a little bit more cocky. But outside of the field, he's more of a quiet guy. And we play chess on the road a lot. When we first started playing, it was like, oh, any of us would win games. So he would just play against the computer. And next thing you know, a week later, we're playing him and we're just getting destroyed. If he's not the best at it initially, he'll play the game until he basically masters it.
I've played him in chess, and I've sat on a couple flights where he's a good chess player. He's buried me.
Let me see that first group in gray.
As hungry as Lee is, he's working hard here. Lee's not, he doesn't fake it. Lee really puts in a good shift.
I got a D.
Come on, boy.
He knows that, he's a veteran player and guys look up to him. He'll work. He wants to get better.
Skill check.
The ball, it's like your best friend. The more you touch it, the more you get used to, you're going to get to on the field. Whether that's doing step overs or playing a 1-2, it's all skills.
Some players hit a peak. I really think he's still going in terms of what his tactical awareness of how he brings players in.
Get wide, Cal.
That he knows where we can take advantage of certain teams.
Try to stay either in between or in the little holes. Yeah. Anytime you can split it, those through balls will kill him.
Yeah. His ability to score goals, that is something he's always had. Now it's how does he make the players around him better? His creativity's gone up. He sees it through a different lens, kind of like a quarterback.
He's the number 10. He gets things ticking. If he doesn't play well, we don't play well. But if he sticks, the whole team starts going.
We have a really good attacking group, and Lee's the one who has to pull the strings. I mean, he's someone that's integral to what we're doing.
I love the fans here. I love my teammates. I love the coaching staff. This is like family.